Good morning. We are starting things off with some breaking news this morning as Japan is still in shock this morning after a gunman assassinated former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe.
So new this morning, we do have video from the moment of the shooting. We do want to warn you, though, that it may be disturbing. Take a look here. You can see Abe speaking when smoke fills the air from a gunshot. The camera then quickly pans away. Abe was shot while delivering a speech in the western part of the country.
Now this morning, we are also learning more about the suspect tackled by authorities. Police say that he's a 41-year-old with a military background. They recovered what police describe as a shotgun. Now, gun laws are very strict in Japan, preventing most people from owning them. Abe previously served as Japan's longest-serving prime minister. He was 67 years old.
This is a developing story. We will keep you updated here on Up with KREM and on KREM.com. Let's turn our attention now to our weather forecast because it is Friday and meteorologist Thomas Patrick is tracking a nice weekend. Hey there, Thomas. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Tim. And yeah, much quieter conditions today across the inland Northwest. No rain, no thunderstorms for our area. Just decently sunny skies out there and temps right around 60 degrees. So even not too cold temperature wise either. Let's look at those temperatures across the region. Just a couple outliers, including in Deer Park and St. Mary's in the low 50s. Otherwise, everywhere else is mostly just shy of 60 degrees, with areas like Spokane and Lewiston and Omak just barely in the 60-degree temperature readings so far this morning. And as we look at those conditions, there is not anything happening on the radar. Just a few clouds just passing through, but not disturbing us whatsoever. So we're in for a quite sunny day for today. Temperatures once again in the 80s, just so comfortable, just about perfect. That lasts through the weekend before we have a big time warm up come next week.
Well, this week, Spokane Mayor Nadine Woodward released her changes to the city's camping ordinance. Now, the city council also proposed their own changes to the law as well.
And if approved, public camping would be illegal in almost all of downtown spaces, and it would be up to Spokane police to enforce the new rules.
So this morning, KREM 2's Malia Kamal is joining us live to tell us more about how the Spokane police could be impacted by these changes. Good morning, Malia.
Good morning, Channing. Yes, there are a couple of questions, such as how will enforcement look like, and will police have the resources to respond to complaints? If the mayor's proposal is approved by the city council, camping would be prohibited at all times. That means under bridges, near rivers, basically in all areas. Before 2018, police could ticket and arrest people for sitting, sleeping, and camping in areas they weren't allowed in. Even then, Nick Briggs with the Spokane Police says that the department's philosophy has never been enforcement first. They've always tried to connect people with services and find them more sustainable places. Briggs says the department will handle each complaint according to circumstances.
There are areas where we're not always able to provide the level of service that we want to in every category, and violent crime will always be our top priority. So yeah, if there's areas that are competing, we might not be able to allocate all those resources that we want.
The Downtown Spokane Partnership hired an independent law firm to analyze the situation. They determined the city could take steps to clear out encampments downtown with a low risk of violating the court's ruling. Now, the firm also indicated that the city runs a high risk if they do not address these public camping concerns. In Spokane, Malia Kamal, KREM 2 News.
Now, none of these proposals from the mayor nor the city council directly impact the encampment off of I-90 near the Thor exit.
So the camp is actually not on city-owned land. The property is owned by the Washington Department of Transportation. The DOT says they will sweep the property once there is enough shelter bed space available. Meanwhile, the homeless camp near I-90 and Freya continues to grow.
600 people camp in the area, according to homeless advocates. Recently, a group of organizations entered the camp. Jules Helping Hands, along with other groups, went to the encampment to offer services. Jules Executive Director Julie Garcia says that these services play an important role for those living at the encampment.
I hope the community and the service providers see that there is a need, and the need is not the narrative that we hear, that they don't want help. They truly want help. Most people just don't know where to get that help.
Garcia handed out food and water and even provided showers and haircuts to campers. Mental health and addiction counseling were also offered. Garcia says that Jules Helping Hands will continue offering support through today. Now, just a few months ago, KREM 2's Whitney Ward traveled to Seattle to see how they're tackling the ongoing homeless crisis.
Yeah, she spoke to Seattle University professor Sarah Rankin, who studies homelessness in Washington. She says cities like Spokane are going to have to do more when it comes to affordable housing.
Emergency shelters, those are not long-term solutions. You can invest money in that, but don't be surprised when the problem doesn't, resolve itself. Don't be surprised when homelessness doesn't go down because you don't have exits for people who are in emergency interventions to go to.
Now, for more information on the new camping law changes, just text the word homeless to the number 509-448-2000. We'll send you a link with all of that information right to your phone.
It is time for your morning rush. More news in less time. After a warning from Coeur d'Alene police and a day full of rain, arrests on the 4th of July were actually down compared to previous years. Police responded to more than 900 calls over the holiday weekend, and most were for routine issues like traffic violations. Now, despite the overall decrease, Coeur d'Alene police say they did make 13 felony drug arrests, which is actually 10 more than this time last year. Idaho urology centers are seeing an increase in vasectomy appointments to prevent unwanted pregnancy. Several urologists say the increase started after the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. The Idaho Urology Institute saw a 60% increase in consultations about a week and a half after the ruling. A majority of the men receiving the procedure are between 25 and 45 years old. Idahoans with disabilities are invited to a community meeting in Post Falls next week, all to discuss the barriers they face to independent living. Our news partners at the Coeur d'Alene Press say the meeting is set for July 26th at the Post Falls Public Library. Disability Action Center Northwest is partnering with the state of Idaho's Independent Living Council to develop a 3-year plan that addresses independent living needs in the state. The Coeur d'Alene Arts Commission is looking for ways to restore and protect a fading $38,000 mural on the North Idaho Centennial Trail underpass. Now, the name of the mural is called It's a Cutthroat World. It's by Kane and Todd Benson. It was created in 2016, but has since faded because of weather exposure. The commission is looking for the best way to preserve the mural for years to come. And that's a look at your Morning Rush.